Hey guys, Bridget Lynn Dolgoff, Conscious of Economics and Urban Farm Project. Anyway, it's been freezing. Tonight is supposed to be the first hard freeze. So I have nothing else really has survived the freezing, but look at my lettuce. So I wanted to talk to you kind of about that. So there might be 2 or 3 parts to this. Getting the garden ready for winter and for planting in spring. So this garden, you're not going to need to rototill. You can see that, it has plenty of stuff on it. It'll get eaten into the soil. So this is like going to be, next year, it'll be a no-till garden. But, I had to till it pretty good with a shovel, and I had to add it to it. But you can go back and look at all the other videos that I've done all summer, just with odds and ends and ideas. So, I just wanted to show you my kale. I mean, it's growing slower. Look, the spinach, the red line heirloom spinach finally kicked it. But look at how good this lettuce is, because, most of the lettuce we get in the store is some kind of hybrid. And this, you see how good this was for your colon and cleaning your organs and helping like a broom, to flush everything out and clean everything up. And I like it. And it hasn't gotten super, super bitter. And then some of my oak leaf now is kind of going to seed. But you can see when I have salads every day, I pull that oak leaf off. I want to eat the pack. The pack is running. Hey, Jen. Hi. That's Jen. All right, but look at the kale and stuff. And I haven't really been covering it. And it's still good. It's surviving. I don't know if it's going to survive the frost tonight, though. And then there's kind of some interesting... You see how this is getting a little bit darker? And all this has more nutrient than anything else that I could eat. So why wouldn't I continue to try to, keep it alive as long as possible? Because I get heavy nutrient from picking this every night, right? And eating it. It's just incredible. Look at all my little kales. I keep eating those off. The beautiful, beautiful. Look how beautiful purple that guy is. Just look at that. Isn't that just gorgeous? Just incredible. So anyway, so some thoughts before. Okay, good girl. All right. So some thoughts. Here, let's give you a cool down on the ground. Checking the lettuce out, kind of a look. I just love this lettuce. So that's my heirloom. That I got a couple patches over there too. So I'm going to harvest quite a bit of the lettuce today, and then I've got several people to share it with in the next few days. I did notice that when it did get a little darker, like this color is a little bit darker than this. It did get a little bit more bitter, but the thing is it's changing its chemical makeup and doesn't mean anything. Still growing, still got nutrient in it, still the best thing to possibly eat because it's straight out of the ground right now. So lettuce loses, the lettuce that you're going to buy in the stores is going to lose all of its nutrient value within 3 days after it's cut. So most of the lettuce that you're getting, even if it's organic, isn't going to have really any nutrient in it 3 days after it's picked. And you're looking at a week at the early possible to get lettuce and stuff in the store, especially if it's not grown down the block. Okay, so some thoughts. So anybody out there, when the Anastasia books first got transcribed into English through the Ringing Red Cedars, I recommend anybody get them. They're amazing books. They're done in a way that there's a energy application that comes along with them. Download. And one of the things she talks about is your domain. And when you keep your domain alive and you take care of it and you build it and you're in it and all those kinds of ideas, that it will take care of you. And the idea is that even like this lettuce could be defying frost in benefit and behalf of me, because, you know, I consistently eat out of it and take care of it and things like that. So, you know, starts to kind of go into the supernatural kind of idea. So also too, today I'm gonna, some of the birds are getting the whole eat the sunflowers out of the plant and some not. So I'm gonna cut the sunflower plants down, and then I'm gonna put all the heads on the tables, like that table right there, so the birds can get better access to them and see kind of more of what they are, make it a little easier for them. Also, I've got this sorghum that I need to cut down and, you know, bag up the little seeds. Where is he? Right there. There he is. You can kind of see him in there. And strawberries. Look at the strawberries. They're kicking booty right now. And then the lemon basil went to seed and is asleep. And there's Jen. She's going to dig a hole. And, you know, I wanted to do a coconut oil infusion of the holy basil that I grew, but right now there's not a whole lot, not enough poundage to put that in there. So basically I'm going to start cleaning everything up. I'm going to clean the beans up here, leave the lettuce, see what happens tonight, harvest quite a bit of it. And then over here, I'm going to actually, you know, cut down the tops of a lot of this stuff and clean up. I'm probably going to leave the tomatoes in here because it'll be good to break down and give the microbes and worms something else to eat, to help, you know, make the soil better. But all of the top stuff I'll cut back and clean up. And like I said, I'm not going to rake it. You know, just a month ago or so, month and a half ago, you know, I put all this wood mulch on it, about 2 to 3 inches. So I don't want to mess with it because there's microbes that are happy in there. So not a whole lot of raking, but just going to cut down the plants and clean them up. And like the sunflower heads, you know, leave those for the birds, and just get it cleaned up today. And so that is kind of the plan. I really want to focus in on, okay, so my herbal plants over there, like the lemon balm, you know, all seeded, the Tulsi seeded too. And so I'm not going to cut those guys down right away because they're going to need some wind, you know, to kind of help release their seeds over there. So I'm not going to cut those guys down until their seeds are all done. So this might be, you know, over a 3-week period, you know, clean up. And the other big thing is I'm going to cut, you know, I'm going to cut the plants off here at the base, you know, in the cleanup. And I'm going to leave the roots. And there's a reason for that, is the roots have a tendency to, you know, have a lot of nitrogen in them or collected near them. So I want to leave that nitrogen, and I want to leave the root mass, instead of pulling it up and destroying the microorganisms that are around it, that have, you know, grew around it and moved in as a result of the plants growing. I don't want to disturb them too much either. So, because they're going to be the ones that are going to break down the root mass and turn it into mulch underneath, and also get it to break down so that the soil will pick up the nutrient and the nutrient will stay. So, okay, that's it. That's where I'm at right now. Might be video 2 today, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, thanks so much, Bridget Lynn Dolgoff, Consciousness of Economics, an Urban Farm Project, and the magical lettuce and keels. Bye.